Hello and welcome to the first edition of Waaagh Wednesday with BJ Kernan Modelling. So this is going to be the video of shame. I'm sure as hobbyists and gamers, we've probably got a hoard of plastic somewhere in our loft or garage, and this is my table of shame. So what I've done is I've pretty much put up all the painted stuff that or nearly painted stuff that I've got from the garage. Some of it, as I said in my last video, is things that I've repainted just to bring it up to date, and just because my painting skills have increased over the years. But I've come to the conclusion that I've either got to finish this army or I've got to get rid of it, because it can't sit in the garage for another 5 years. Editions of Orcs codexes come and go, and these guys haven't yet seen combat. Now for an orc, that's pretty horrendous, and this is the Waaagh of shame. And hopefully over the next few weeks I'm going to be painting some more units to go with this, because I haven't shown you the worst of it yet. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I've got painted so far. Now, none of it is based. It's still on 25mm bases. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go to 32 or I'm going to keep it on 25. I'd be interested in any comments below on what you guys think, whether I need to bring it up to game legal at 32, or I can get away with 25mm bases. The chances of me using this in the tournament are very, very slim. So at most it would be used as a club night or playing against mates in the garage. So I'm going to run you through the army as it stands so far, and then go from there. So first up, as is common, we need a war boss. Now, again, that's the 3D printed one that I've done recently. So I'm going to take him out of the army at the moment, because that's one that I just sort of had a bit of a play with. So I'm going to take him out because he's not really a Games Workshop figure, although some of my figures in my collection are not GW. And they're going to be showcased off as we go through this series. So first of all, we got the two war bosses, or war boss, the old metal war boss, that I've titivated up a little bit. Now, I like Bad Moons because of the yellow. However, I found that painting Bad Moon armour a real pain until I found the contrast paints. And I've used the contrast paint to some effect. So I've literally covered over all of the yellow armour with the contrast, which has given it a nice depth of shading. I've then used one of the lighter yellows as a highlight, and I think it's come out quite well. I've got to repaint the checkers on his shoulder pad, but this is one of the war bosses. Old metal, really sort of like first Dawn of War style, wiring at the top of his voice, and quite a brute to be reckoned with. So that's one of the war bosses. The other war boss that I used is from the Black Reach set, which again, when I got it, I thought it was great because it was a plastic war boss, and it's quite dynamic. And again, I had great fun painting this one. So this is my other war boss. I've yet to name them. I know I saw a couple of YouTube videos yesterday where they'd named war bosses after battles. Now, as mine haven't battled, they've not got a name, which is quite sad. But I'll probably think of a name for these, hopefully, as the series goes through. Now, with every war boss, you need to have a grot. So I've got a grot standard bearer, and again, I have not painted the standard to go on it. So that's something that I need to sort of focus in on and get him a standard. And go from there. And then we've got the named character, or one of the named characters in my army, which is the Captain Badrock. And he's had a coat of paint, and he's one that I've actually based he's not that he'd been in the garage long, but some of the paint had started to sort of, I don't know, almost oxidize on the figure, and I didn't really want to be stripping him again, so I've just painted over because it's quite an Orkie thing to do. And that's Captain Badrock. Again, he's going to be leading the freebooters, or the flash gits, which I've got in my collection. So that's the war bosses that I've got painted at the moment. Then we go into things like the mechs. So I've got a mech shock attack gun. Again, love the model. It was in a state of white undercoat for a long time, so I've just started hitting it with some contrast paints, which I'm finding really good for painting large collections. So that one hopefully will be finished off, and that's one that I need to finish off before next Wednesday, if I'm honest. That's part of my task, is to get the this mech finished off. So that's got to go into the paint pot paint pile. Sorry. I've also got another mech in Mega Armor with a custom force field, I believe, or is it the I'd need to go back and have a look, but this one needs a coat of paint. Whether I can get this one ready for next Wednesday or not, I don't know, but we'll have a look on that. Another big mech with a force field. I've also hit that one with the yellow contrast paints, so there's a chance that I might get this one ready for the tabletop next Wednesday as well. So that could be part of my aim, is to get these two finished, which will be quite good. We then go into some of the boys. So we've got 3 squads of boys with a knob. So these again have been painted or titivated with some contrast paints. I've got to do the skin on this this knob, but they're on 25mm bases, and again they've never seen any action. What I have done is I've repainted their trousers to a camouflage, so I can either run them as bad moons or death skulls. So that's part of the plan with those. I've got 3 squads of those. So there's the other paint, there's the other squad, and that one as well. Now unfortunately that one, the big shooter ended up somewhere in the garage, lost in the box. So at the moment I've got to give him an infill of a plastic Black Reach Orc that will be painted up and will fit the unit. I've got a unit of knobs in Mega Armor. So again, these have been resprayed, and I've started hitting them with the contrast paint. So there's a chance that they might be done also. We've then got 2 squads of grots with a squig chappie. I can't remember what he's called, but he's looking after all the grots, or Gretchen if you're old school, and keeping them intact. We've also got a group of knobs that need painting and finishing off. Another unit of flash gates. I've got 1 unit of flash gates that I've already painted, which is just down here. So these have been painted again using contrast, and I'm quite pleased with the way that these have come out. Again, quite a quick paint job, but they look good on the battlefield. They just need the bases finishing, but yeah, quite pleased with the way that's come out. And then we go to some of the more older school stuff. So I've got 3 cans that I've painted up. A Death Dread, a buggy that's a conversion. That's quite a recent paint job. A truck, which goes with one of the squads of Orc boys, and something that you can't really use in the latest edition, I believe, is the Lehman Russ looted tank, which I did quite enjoy painting. This is one of my favourite models that I've done. A lot of conversion work. I took some drums and some shields from Age of Sigmar, but I think it was Warhammer Fantasy at the time, and just converted it up to be Orkie So really quite pleased with the way that's turned out. But again, it's going to sit on the shelf because apparently you can't use it as a looted wagon in a battle anymore. So yeah, shame, but I'm sure I'll be able to fit it into the new rules somewhere, although I haven't got the new codex yet. So that's where we're at the moment. Now the unfortunate thing is if that was it, I'd be going, yeah, okay, I've got about 7 or 8 models to finish and it wouldn't be a problem. However, let's have a look at the box of shame. So this is the box of shame. There's a few sprues that are literally got bits and pieces on. I've got another squad of boys that need doing, and look at this lot. That is horrendous. There are 2 trucks. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cans that I can see, 8 cans that I can see. There are boys, there are the guys on the jump packs. Even got a bit of ivy growing through it. So this is the box of shame. This is the asteroid that's hit the planet and I've got to sort it out. I'm sure you've all got boxes of shame. This is probably horrendous. And a lot of the Orc players who are watching this are going to go, my God, what's that? Because I'm the same. There's different. I mean, I've got another guy from the Black Reach set. He might end up on eBay, if I'm honest, because there's another bit. So again, you know, people might want conversion parts, but that's where we're at. So hopefully over the next few weeks I can turn this into a tabletop army. When it will be a tabletop, it will probably take up the entire table, much to the wife's annoyance. Providing I pick it up at the end of the evening, she will probably be okay with it. The other issue I've got is I've also bought a 3D printer. I've got an Elegoo Mars Pro, and I'm following a couple of Patreons now. I'm following Gear Guts Mech Shop and Blue Sky, who also does orcs, and those are really good. And I've got some STL files that I've printed, and they'll only add to the army. So not only have I got to paint the box of shame, but I've also got files that are coming out my ears now for orcs. So this is going to be my quest, is to get an orc army painted on the table, ready for maybe either a display or for a really large apocalypse type game. So that's my plan. So thanks for watching. I hope you stick with me in my journey, and keep me going, because these, as I said, these have been in the garage for a long time and they desperately need painting and doing something with. So look forward to seeing your comments and catch up with you soon. So bye for now.